disgusting. Alright, so picking up from where we left off last time, not the computer this time, but the game crashed. So, that's fun. Fortunately, I did some research and I found out how to fix it. So, for those that want to play this game, you have to watch this because this is not associated to whatever computer you play it on. It's actual code issue in the game. So whether it's emulated, you're playing it natively, whatever, this is actually an issue, a bug inside the game that's never been fixed and never will be fixed because of how old the game is. They're not going to keep working on it. Honestly, I don't even know if Sierra Online is still around. They might be, but either way, they're still not going to fix this. So, let's pick up where we left off. The last save I had was right before we went upstairs, so that's where we're going to pick up, and then I'll show you how to get past the bug. And also, this is probably going to be a really short stream because we're right near the end. But I was way over on the last one, and I didn't want to rush through it just to get done, so I figure we'll do a nice extensive time here, and maybe we'll do a little summary, and maybe even go through some old mess-ups in the game, just to, and some cool things that we found when we were on our way. But anyway, enough said, let's get started. Alright, so first thing we want to do is get his wand. Now that I see he's asleep, grab the wand and get out of here before he wakes up. We go into his laboratory. We'll take a little look at the castle.
Tears come to Graham's eyes as he sees his beloved family and castle held captive inside a large glass bottle.
Well, that's a real shame. Can't wait to free the people that he's got there. Alright, now we're gonna go upstairs. So far I have not done anything different. I'll show you when I'm gonna do the thing I need to do to keep it from crashing. So let's put the wands in place. It's real easy to tell the differences. This one's got magical power coming out of it. This one doesn't have any. So we take this one and we put it here. You can't mess it up because even if you place the wrong one here, it'll automatically just put it here when you click here. So that's good. I'm glad they put that in there because how are you supposed to know where to put the wands? And you put this one here. Alright, now this is the really critical part. It doesn't crash until you put the cheese in. Whatever that's about. So, I know he's got to walk here. So here's the thing you got to do to keep the game from crashing. It's really, I don't quite understand it, but from what I read online it works, and I tested it and it works. You go up here, you go to settings, you set detail to 0. Lowest possible setting you can get at the very bottom. Then you take speed and you lower that to an extremely low 0 setting at the very bottom. Once you have them at the bottom, then you can do the thing and it won't crash. I believe once the sequence is over, you can reset them back. Honestly, the detail doesn't look that... Oh, actually, I guess it does look a little less detailed, but it's not. It's hard to tell. It has something to do with the memory. I mean, my computer's got 140 gigs of RAM, so I don't think it's... I think it's the memory for the virtual environment, because there's no way this game is using all my system memory. Alright, and here we go.
Graham tosses the moldy cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid.
Now the fortunate thing is, like I said before, the speed just doesn't seem to affect anything other than Graham, because as you can see from the animation of the magic from the other wand, it's not going any slower. Like the animation goes at the same speed. It's done. See, it would have crashed if I didn't do that.
Wardak's wand now barely glows. Perhaps its power has weakened, while Crispin's old wand now appears completely energized.
We are definitely saving. We'll save it under temp. And I think it's safe to reset back the detail. Yeah. It still doesn't look that much different. Alright. Okay. A lot of steps that I have to do in this sequence, so here we go. All I have to do now is grab the wand.
What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine.
Did I get the wand?
That wasn't a very smart move for Graham to make. The bizarre machine looks very The bizarre machine...
I guess he didn't grab it fast enough.
What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine. Graham, I've heard from Crispin. What the? What have you done to my wand? You think you can outwit me, little man? Ha! Let me show you a thing or two.
Alright. Select the tiger.
Why, you little...
Oh, he turned himself into a tiger. I get it. Rabbit. I hope this is a rabbit. Oh, I get it, because he can move fast. I don't even know what a mongoose is. I'm just doing process of elimination. I'm glad I'm not the one that has to dodge the fire, and it's done automatically.
You think
that's
you're
a
so
lot of
smart,
dodging.
don't you? Well, I've got you now. Say goodbye, swine.
I'm guessing this is a mongoose. I don't know how that survives a cobra.
So, this is the way you want to play.
And he chose fire, I chose water. Guess who wins?
Warning, this cartoon contains material that may be necessary for information or clues to complete this game. Please be sure to check your inventory if you decide to skip.
Alright, here we go. Why would we skip it? It's the end of the game, and I can't imagine them actually giving me anything. I guess I have to do it for each clip.
Now why won't you work? Oh, Princess Cosima. Well, I did it. Mordak is dead.
Dead? Are you sure? Maybe he's only trying to trick you.
He's dead, all right. He turned himself into a fire, and I put him out with rainwater. He'll never bother anyone else ever again. But now I have a bigger problem. I don't know what to do about my family or my castle. I don't know how to turn them back to normal.
After all you've been through, there must be a way.
Crispin!
I have the solution to all your problems, Graham. While you and Cedric were gone, I did some asking around, and I found out that your son, Alexander, had the dubious distinction, if you may, of turning Mordak's brother, Mananan, into a cat some time back. Obviously, this deed angered Mordak, who could do nothing about it, since this particular spell could only be undone by the actual perpetrator, your son. It doesn't take a great genius to figure out that Mordak took your family and castle in revenge to try to persuade Alexander to restore Manannan back to his old self. I did discover, as now I see, that your castle and family were miniaturized and imprisoned inside a glass bottle. I did some research and found the spell for turning everything back to normal. Now watch. Hocus pocus, Aliokus.
Valony, my children, my joy knows no limit.
Oh, Father, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, Princess Cosima, how could I forget you? Come over here. Let me introduce you to my family. This is my wife, Queen Valanice, my daughter, Princess Rosella, and my son, Prince Alexander, who started this whole mess. All of you, this is Princess Cosima from the land of the Green Isles. Without her, none of us would be standing here now. She bravely saved my life.
My lady, I am deeply in your debt, and I will make it up to you. With your permission, I'd like to travel to the land of the Green Isles to see you.
All right, now that we've done with all the formalities, let's get on with business, shall we? Higgledy, higgledy, pooh! Be assured that your castle is right back where it belongs, and the right size too. But now it's time that everyone return to their homes, with my help, of course. Alakazam, Alakazoo, Alakaz.
Wait, what about Cedric?
Huh, yeah.
Where is Cedric?
Over there. Mordak may have killed him. Is there anything you can do about it?
Let me think. Ah, yes. I think I know. Abracabara? No, abracadora? Now what is that confounded word? Oh, yes! Abracadabra! Oh, Crispin! Cedric, it sure is good to see you again.
Oh, likewise, I'm sure.
All right, enough is enough. Let's get on with it. Okay, Cosima, let's send you home first. Wasn't that the land of the Green Isles?
Yes, that's right. I can't wait to see my parents again. Goodbye, Alexander. Perhaps we'll meet again.
You can be sure of that, my lady.
Before you send us all home, Crispin, I just want to thank you for all your help. And you too, Cedric. I wouldn't be standing here with my family without you two. I'm deeply, deeply grateful.
All in a day's work, my boy. All in a day's work, right, Cedric?
Right, Crispin.
Okay, back home you go. Alakazam. Alakazoo. Alakazee.
Well, there she is, our happy home, and we're all safe and sound once more. Let's go home, shall we?
Yes, let's.
Oh, cool. Even rushing through it, I still got a perfect score. Alright, so that has gotta be one of the quickest streams I've ever done in my life. I mean, it's not even 30 minutes. I'm not gonna start the next one, but basically, I can tell you that this was King's Quest V, so the next game's gonna be King's Quest VI. I actually don't remember the storyline. Alright, I'm gonna lower the audio a little bit. There we go. Alright, I don't actually remember the storyline to King's Quest VI that much, but if I had to take a wild guess based on the characters and the way this one ended, I would say Crispin is going to be looking to go to the Green Isles to meet the princess of the girl. Wow, I don't remember her name. So, like I said, since I ended the stream early, thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking that King's Quest VI is going to be... I have played King's Quest VI, but it was like so long ago. Like, I think I played it from the original CD. Well, actually, it was already on discs, but or maybe it was on CD. But that's the last time I played it. This time I downloaded it for this computer. What I thought I'd do, since I'm not going to start the new game right now, just to make it easier, because I have it already set for King's Quest V on the back end and everything, is let's go over some of the highlights of the stream from the previous streams that I've done. First, let's look at what made me have to have a separate stream because the game crashed, and then what you guys can do to avoid that. So let me jump to that. One sec. Okay, so this was the scene that I was about to end the game with on the last stream, and you're going to see it crash. So if this happens to you, you'll know what to do. Alright, there's the animation starting. It's beginning, and boom! The game crashes. That was horrible. So I was like, okay, what are you supposed to do? Well, one sec. All right, so right here on the game controls, you need to set detail to the bottom, max to the 0, like at the very, very bottom. And you have to set speed to the bottom, 0, at the very, very bottom. And then you only have to do that after you, right before you put the cheese in the machine, do that. Once the animation's done and you can start controlling him again, then you can set them back to maximum detail and maximum speed, and the game will be fine the rest of the way. I don't know what it is. It has something to do with the memory internally in the game, but you do just those two things. Lower the detail to the bottom and the speed to the bottom, and the game will be fine. And then you only have to keep it like that until the animation sequence is done for the wand. That's it. Very simple. It's a bug in the game. Alright, and then the other funny, well, maybe not funny, but annoying spot was, where are we at? Alright, this is all from when I had to start from over. Actually, I think I went too far.
Graham pulls out the saver.
Okay, so I'm exiting the room here. Graham, why are you just standing there? Okay, there we go.
Finding the kitchen door locked, Graham unlocks it before going outside.
Alright, so I was happy. I got out of the house. I hit save. I'm putting in 4th. Like, I'm happy. Yay. I hit save, and then I'm about to walk to the next screen. I get, let's see, how far did I get? I think this is where it happens. Yup. And my computer just died. I'm like, really? It just shut off, and I lost the game. And it corrupted the save game data, so I couldn't keep playing. Fortunately, I have a separate computer that handles the streaming, so I was able to keep streaming, but without the game, it didn't work well. I was hoping that I would be able to start from get the saved game working, but that didn't happen. So what I did was a speed run. I ran through and got to where I stopped, and then I started the recording on my recording system at that point. That's why it's picking up here. Obviously, I didn't start exactly where I stopped, but as far as objectives in the game, this is where I was done. I just had to get past the snake. That was all that. That was the next step. I'm not going to go through all that because that's all on YouTube. But I thought that was interesting. Let's see if there's anything else that was entertaining. From before when the game crashed. Think
Too late. Graham collapsed.
yeah, he dies in the desert.
In the hot desert sun. If only he could have found an oasis. Dying for a drink, Graham?
Yeah, that's not a good way to go. That desert was crazy. There were so many things. What really threw me was this section here. As bad as the desert was, this was worse. Hold on. This. I don't get this at all. So the things you're supposed to do is find your way through this maze. But you go right, and then you're supposed to go left. Well, common sense tells you if you make a right turn, if you walk right and then you immediately walk left, you're not going to go left. I mean, you are going to go left, but you're going to stop. You're gonna go right back to where you were. So if you're on screen 1 and you make a right onto screen 2 and you make a left, you're gonna go back to screen 1. But that's not how this works. When you make a right on screen 1, you go to screen 2, and if you make a left on screen 2, you go to screen 3. How in the world are you going to figure that out? The only way, honestly, that you could figure this out is to have a strategy guide, and that's what I had to use, because there's no way I could figure this out. And then the other thing is, if you're going forward and then you decide to come back because you messed up, the whole thing shifts. So like if you had a piece of paper with the map on it, you literally have to flip it because now your orientation is different and you can't base it on that. So if you're using the guide, you literally have to follow that guide from once you enter the maze, follow it exactly. If you make one mistake, you're out of luck. You need to save before you even start. So then that way, if you really mess up, you can just restore all the way back. Don't even bother saving it through the maze because it's useless. There was like so many times you had to make a right and a left and a right, left and a left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, left, right. Why? And a lot of the King's Quest games have this. Like King's Quest 1 where you had to climb the beanstalk. It was based on where his hands were. In the original one, it's where his hands are going, not where his feet are. Oh, I'm sorry. It's where his feet were placed, not his hands. In real life, you would base it on where your hands are going because that you're grabbing onto something. But in the King's Quest 1 game, it's based on where your feet are positioned, not where your hands are. So you could be grabbing thin air. That's fine. As long as your feet are touching the beanstalk. Not like that makes any sense. Yeah, I know. Without the internet, they gave you these hint. I think there were 1-800 hint guides that these games would have, but you had to pay. I think it's like $1 or $2 for the hints. And I think even then they had hint books that you could purchase, strategy books, but not all the time. And a lot of them didn't come from like third parties. Really, they were just from official channels. So yeah, it was hard back in the day when there was no internet. You had to hope your friends got ahead and you could rely on them. But yeah, I think the worst part of this game, other than that one that crashes at the end where it's converting the wand, is this maze. I don't know how people got it without a hint guide. This is a typical Sierra thing. They always have something in the game that makes it really difficult. Like I remember I was playing Space Quest in Space Quest 1 when it was the hover ship scene. And you're trying to avoid the boulders as they're coming at you. And there were so many boulders, and they would just be coming faster and faster. And it took several attempts to get past that, but that was frustrating. Although I have to say, this is the only game I've played so far that had a major bug like that one, where you're just playing it normal and you're doing everything as you're supposed to, and it just crashes because you have to do this thing so it doesn't crash. That's annoying. All right, so I think I'm gonna call it for now. I really appreciate, I hope you enjoyed the game stream. Like I said, I will be picking this up on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will be starting King's Quest 6. So I really hope you join us. I hope you like this. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it, and check out the other videos if you like this one. my goal is to get through all of them, and then the next game I'll be playing after I finish King's Quest 7 will be Portal 2. So we're going to go in a little different direction after I finish the King's Quest series. Have a great night.